This reading is going to be for the Divine Masculine. We're going to tap into the energies of the collective, see where we're at today, and you know, what do you need to know? What's happening collectively in your energy? What's changing? What's expanding? What are the roadblocks? What are the things you're going through at this time? We have a few cards out here. I'm probably going to read these ones from the book because I'm not very familiar with this deck. It is from the Viking Oracle. So let's see what we got. We have Dagaz, number 23. We have Valkyries, number 42. And we have Ragnarok, number 33. All right. So the first one here is the darkness is complete until it is not. The black is no longer black, but blue, and then purple, then streaked with pink, orange, yellow, gold. Warmth, hope, happiness, all is changed. I am Dagaz. Know that you are protected. Only positive energy flows your way. Expressing daily gratitude will create profound change. Have hope. Happiness is within your grasp. The time for sorrow is over. Grief is necessary, but soon will diminish. Seek balance in all things. So I love that. I love that. That is a form of transformation. It is transmuting pain. It is making the necessary changes to move ahead. It is allowing you to not be stuck in old patterns. It's allowing you to transform. So Valkyrie says, through the blood and the screaming, I ride searching, sweat, tears, my horse rearing. I see you, brave, dying, your hand still upon your sword. Pain creasing your face, you see me, and all changes. A soft smile of redemption and recognition. I am Valkyrie. So it says you can win the battle you face. Let go of your inner restrictions and of others' expectations. Explore your wild self. Redemption is always available. Be the hero in your own life. So really, like, honor where you're at. Honor the changes you are trying to enforce here. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for where you've been and where you're going, for the experiences that have shaped your life, for the uncertainties even that you have faced, because going into the darkness of them allows you to find the light within you, right? And once you find that light within you, you find your authenticity. Nobody else can do that for you. So if you're able to do this, just know how far you've come. Know the strength you have. Know that you can persevere through it all. We have Ragnarok. The wolf, open-mouthed and wild, swallows the sun and the moon. The gods turn and die. Everything sinks. It is gone, we think. It is dead, we know. And yet life rises. The seeds sprout and the light floods the land again. Something is coming to an end only to have something new take its place. We're all subject to the cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth. With death comes an opportunity to start afresh. No matter how difficult the situation, it is not the end of the world. This is the phoenix rising, okay? Something that crumbles to the ground, you know, the tower moment where everything collapses, where everything you've built has been on a faulty foundation and it all comes crumbling down because it has to be built in truth. It has to be built with honor, with integrity, solid, you becoming solid. All the stuff, you know, in your past that held you back, that, you know, maybe you were shaky with, right? You didn't have the groundedness. You weren't sure of yourself. That's all coming to an end because you're holding strong. You're holding to a different version of yourself now. You've up-leveled. You're allowing yourself to become that king, become that emperor. Be solid. You're allowing yourself to make these changes, to yeah, to grow. Like, it's just, it's beautiful. Like, this energy is like, look how far you've come. Look at the work you've done. You are restructuring everything, your thoughts. You're restructuring your life in every way. Your actions are aligned with your words. Okay, we're going to go into another deck that I don't know well again. This is the Gods and Titans deck. So we're going to see what you need to know from this deck here. What does the masculine need to know at this time collectively? What are they dealing with here? We have Set with chaos. Okay, let's find that here in the book. I mean, we know what chaos is, but it says, trust that chaos is part of the process of change. Things sometimes need to fall apart to reform into your desires. Hold your intentions. Yes. So what I feel here is like, you can't, like, not everything in life can be nice, right? Like, sometimes you just have to go through the storm. And when you're going through that storm, you know, we have to be careful of how we are treating other people. But the storm's going to, you know, dry up eventually. And when it does, you know, there will be a rainbow. There will be something bright on the other side. There will be a new opportunity to restructure, to rebuild, to regrow things, and to make amends. So if you've done something in your past that you're not proud of, you're still here. You still have the opportunity to do better. And, you know, a chaotic life is, yeah. Okay. I'm not even going to finish that thought, because this just came out, illuminating the shadow, focus on a solution. So that's it, right? The chaos shows you where you need to do something differently. So when we go into the shadow self and we look at what that darkness is, where did it come from? What is the pain, right? What is the pain we're holding that we need to disown in order to, you know, fight our way through life? Because that's what this is. It's like an uphill battle. We're fighting ourselves. We're fighting our emotions. We're fighting our sensitivities. We're fighting the softer side of ourselves, because we're trying to protect our inner child. We're trying to protect our heart. But by doing that, we are living a lie, right? So this is telling me that somebody, or that the collective energy at this time is trying to reinvent themselves, trying to, you know, get in touch with that part of themselves that they felt shame around, right? See, soul fragments. They're trying to rebalance, restore themselves to wholeness, reintegrating the parts that they disowned, allowing themselves to say, I don't have to be perfect. You know, I disowned this part of myself because I thought it would protect me. But what's happened is that I've had such high walls up that I'm needing a different kind of protection. I'm needing to feel like I can't connect. Like I need to feel like I could connect on a deeper level, and I'm unable to because of these walls, because of what I've disowned. So if I've disowned my heart, if I've disowned my softness, if I've disowned my vulnerability, that means I can't be vulnerable. I can't connect to somebody in that way, on that level, in that depth. And so the masculine is like, I need this part of myself back in order to do this. I want a deep connection. I want to feel whole again. I want to come out of the darkness. I want to be lighter, be more fun, be more joyful to be around. I want to love. I want to nurture. I want to create. And it didn't work for me in the past the way that I did it. So now I have to do it differently. I want to heal. So the masculine wants to heal, and they're doing it. And this could speak to people that have gone through addictions and gone through the process of getting clean. Okay? Because this is talking about reinventing themselves. It is talking about, you know, the reasons behind those addictions, the reasons why they needed to, you know, numb themselves. They're done doing this. They're done the numbing. They're done running away. They have this opportunity to do it right. Like, to do it the way that they imagined they could, right? That they didn't feel like they had the strength or even the tools to maybe communicate their needs, to communicate their longings, their desires, because it was in a shadow, right? Yeah, Kundalini rising, igniting your passion for life. It's okay for a masculine to have these feelings, to have that passion in their life, to want to experience miracles and magic and love and connection. There's nothing wrong with that. So the masculine is changing the belief system about what is masculine, about what is honorable. Let's see what else wants to come through here. What else wants to come through? They're getting rid of some fear as well, like not just about their emotions, but about not enoughness. There's a sense that the masculine felt that they weren't enough. They led with their ego to try to compete. So it's about getting rid of the competition. You're not competing with anyone but yourself. And it's like the light versus the dark, right? Bring that into balance. Bring that into harmony. There's nothing left to compete with. Joy. The energy of joy. As I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. Yes. Knowledge. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. As within, so without. Whatever traumas, whatever negativity, whatever, you know, junk is going on inside of the masculine, it's reflecting on the outside. You know? Yeah, healing. Candle flame, burn this hour. Bring to me your healing power. I wanted to say higher power, so that's interesting. Maybe this masculine or this collective is finding a higher power, finding something above themselves, getting rid of the ego, right? Allowing themselves to say, I am a sovereign being, but I am connected to all that is. I am of service. I am, you know, doing my part as a human being. I am spreading the light. I'm choosing the light above the darkness. There is something leading me. There is something that is feeding my soul. Energy. All right inside my fire divine. Energy fill me, make me shine. Yeah, out of the darkness, into the light. Make me shine bright. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transmuted. So this masculine is transmuting this darkness into light. That's all I keep seeing here. Darkness into light. Rebuilding, restructuring, reformulating, reprogramming themselves. They're doing it. They're doing this work. Let your personality shine. You have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. Stop competing, right? This is about that competing energy. You are you. There's nobody else like you. You don't have to compete with anybody. You can shine brightly just by being you. Allow your personality to come out. You know, allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to love, to be giving, to be kind. You don't have to be harsh. You don't have to have walls up. You don't have to, you know, be that hard, right? I feel this softness that wants to come from the masculine. Push to the surface. You may have become complacent. You may be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. Yeah, so you're pushing your way through the darkness to try to find that light, right? Don't stop now is what I want to say. Don't stop. Don't stop yourself from, you know, getting over the edge, right? Like it's easy to get to the edge and then back down and like not continue forward. So it's like, just keep going. Don't look back. Yeah, okay, so I do have this at the bottom of the deck. It's inner desires. Set some intentions. You're entering a phase of plenty or may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. You are allowed to have desires. You are allowed to manifest your dreams. You are not a bad person. You are not stuck in, you know, this old toxic kind of negative energy. You are changing, which means what you're aligning to is changing. You're going to have miracles and windfalls and abundance coming your way, and you're deserving of it. Okay? You are deserving of it. But don't be, you know, don't be confused. That's not where you get your worth and value from, right? You're a worthy person all on your own. You don't have to do anything to deserve it. You just have to be. But all the extras, all the aligned energies, the things you desire for yourself, they're not out of reach. We have the Fool in reverse. This isn't foolish. You know, I feel like maybe in the past, you were so afraid, you were so guarded that you felt like this guy, right? He's coming with a basket and a wreath and all these things. Like, he's taking a chance. He's taking a leap of faith. He's putting his heart out there. And in reverse, it means I feel foolish. I can't be vulnerable. I don't know how to open myself up. If I give, I won't receive. Like, I'm not going to, my love isn't going to be reciprocated. My affections, right? My gifts, these things I want to share with others, no one will want to give back to me. And that's not true. These are old programs. They're unhealed wounds, right? So this is something you need to be aware of in your mindset. Don't allow yourself to be stuck in that. You are being rebirthed. This is a rebirth. You get to start over. You get to do it again. You get to reprogram your mind and your life. You get to leave the nightmare behind. Leave the walls behind. You know, this is like a lobotomy, right? This is like a lobotomy. Like, you have a new brain, you know? And I feel like, you know, for those of you who have gone through addiction, when you get clean, it's like having a new brain, right? You have clarity. You become a new person. You know, this is like, there's this fear here. There's a fear here that there isn't going to be new growth in the material world. And it's just not true, right? It's just not true. You are going to experience like a new focus, a new way forward, new passions. And possibly even reunions, right? Possibly happy occasions and reunions and family and children and, you know, life. It's new life. Nine of Cups, okay? This is your dreams come true. This is your happily ever after. This is your wishes granted. So I think I'm going to leave this here. The masculine is going through a dark night of the soul. Complete transformation, a rebirth. They're starting over. They're restoring parts of themselves that they lost long ago. They're breaking down walls. They're leveling up. And I love to see this because they're matching. They're doing the work just like the feminine is. So good luck to you all. Thanks for watching.